everyone, and welcome back. This collaboration that I'm doing started with a simple request and has ended up being a learning experience for me that we're going to kind of go through together. Originally, Renogy contacted me wanting me to do a video on their solar panel with this anti-shade technology. And of course, for me, I didn't know, what they were talking about, so I had to look into it. And then I read more about what they sent me. And with the new technology that Renogy has, these solar panels they could be shaded 22% and still give you reliable solar power, which of course opens up all kinds of doors for different places. If you're in a real treed area, or you only get sun for part of the day before the trees start to cover stuff up, or even on cloudy days, these solar panels are going to pull more of the sun's power than your average solar panel. So after I read that and kind of talked back and forth with them a little bit, it's like, okay, I'm intrigued. Everything I've done with Renogy, I'm super happy with their solar panels. And every time I've collaborated with them, I've been real happy with their product. The people are really easy to talk to, very helpful, which to me, a lot of times you do these collaborations and the people that you're dealing with, you can tell that they're, that they're just there to put in their hours for the day, if that makes sense. I'm trying to be nice. And these people were really knowledgeable. So then it went, okay, fine. I can do a solar panel video, but what am I going to hook the solar panel into? I don't have a Renogy portable power station or anything, so how do you want me to use this technology and really show how it works? So then we talked back and forth more, and I said, for my idea, I said I'd like to test things using the milk machine that milks the cow, simply because that takes a lot of power, and it'll run you anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to milk her out, depending on what kind of mood she's in and what kind of day it is. And so what do I need to do to be able to make that happen? Because at first they just wanted to send me out a 120 watt solar panel with the anti-shade technology. So then we talked more and more, and what they actually had me do, they were interested in that. So they had me get the information off the milking machine. And this is the milking machine that we use right here. That's a pretty good size electric motor, and it pulls a lot of power. And I sent them the information on all that, and it didn't take very long, a couple of days maybe. And they got back to me, because I explained to them, I said, I really enjoy doing portable power station videos. I really like checking them out and seeing what this product will do compared to this product. And solar panel wise, how much do I get with this one and how much do I get with this one? But what I've really been wanting to do is to take the step into true off-grid experience type deal. Like the true, what do you need to do to set up to be off-grid? Because every month when that electric bill comes up, it gets sickening, And I've always wanted to take the tent and turn the tent, which would be simple to do, totally into just solar power. And, I've done it with the portable power stations, but truly do it. You know what I mean? Where you get a battery and then you can add more batteries and go from there. So anyway, they come up with the drawing, they told me what I needed, and I don't understand everything that they know. They have something like 800 professionals that work at this company that figure this stuff out. They gave me a drawing, showed me what I would need. I can't remember what I told them with the milk machine. I'm sure, I just did, milking it when we're doing it twice a day. Now we're just doing it once because the calf is on her also. And then they give me all this information. This is what you need, and now it's here. And now I want to set it up and figure out. I'm not going to mount these on the roof or anything yet, because like I said, I could take this up to the tent and set up a whole setup. My biggest thing at the tent is so much shade. They got the huge pine trees overhead, and at different times, it gets sunny. In the afternoon, the sun comes from this direction. In the morning, it's coming out just right out the tent door over there. And hopefully you guys watch my videos and you know what I'm talking about with the tent, because it's my most popular video series on either channel. So anyway, the anti-shade technology would be a huge plus up there. So what I ended up getting was 3 200-watt solar panels, a 60-amp charge controller, a 3,000-watt pure sine wave inverter, and this right here is a 12.8 volt, 300 amp hour deep cycle lithium ion phosphate battery. Well, now that we have all that, now what do we do? I can tell you guys this much, if I can figure this out, you can figure it out, and I'm sure you can figure it out better than I can. Well, I had to go up to the local hardware store because if you buy the 1,000 or the 2,000 watt inverter, you get cables with it. With the 3,000 you don't. And yeah, that worked perfect. Just a side post mount battery. That on that side, this over here, which I'm guessing will hopefully go in there. It's after 8 o'clock now, so I'm not going to make it back out on this tonight. I'll come back at it tomorrow, and hopefully we can get things wrapped up. I got everything installed now. I went and got this cable right here, figured everything out, and then had to try to figure out how to get my solar panel long cord to here without cutting my long cord. So anyway, I did figure it all out. And I didn't show the whole install because what this video is supposed to be about is the Renogy with the ShadowFlux technology solar panel that can work in partial shade. So I've got this whole part hooked up. I'm going to run in and have some lunch now. I can see right here that the solar panel is putting power into the battery. You can see that there on the bottom left. It shows the solar panel outside and the arrow pointing into the battery. Somehow I have to be able to figure out how many watts it's putting in there. Because a 200 watt panel, you want it to be able to put, 170 watts in, at least on a nice sunny day, hopefully more. And I can turn this on. The inverter comes on, so I imagine I have power there. We're not going to play around with that yet. I'm going to grab my book on the charge controller so I can learn how to run that panel and try to see how much that solar panel is putting in. To figure out my watts that the solar panels are putting in with this type of deal, maybe it's different if you have the app controller. I thought I had it for the actual charge controller, but my app Bluetooth type thing here is for the inverter. So I don't have that, and maybe that would show it differently if I had it on my phone, but there's a math problem you have to go to. You have to times the volts times the amps, and then, so there's more math involved in there. But right now, and I did it 2 times, I had both panels hooked up and I'm getting 387 watts, and when I had one panel hooked up, I actually come up at 204 watts. So that's pretty amazing. Now for the shade technology, I notice when I'm doing the portable power stations and you have a solar panel, and even a little bit of shade really drops it down quite a bit. So now I have both panels hooked up, and I'm going to go ahead, and I have a garbage can out there. I'm just going to pull the garbage can just because of the way they're sitting and get them to shade one of them, and let's see what the difference is. And right now it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and your best sun is between like noon and 2 is just like the prime time for sun and for all your charging. But right now with that garbage can, we have about a quarter of the solar panel thing covered up. A little bit on this one and more on that one there. So now we're still running the volts. Run the same pretty much. Well, they change a little bit, but not a whole lot. Well, I've done this test several times now in different ways, and when I had the solar panels covered up about 25%, I lost about 13% in my watts coming into this whole entire system. One time I did it, I come in here and the one dropped down to like 3.3, and I'm like, what's going on? Did I step on the cord or something, or screw something up? And I went out there and one of the solar panels had blown over. So what I want to do right now, just for fun, because we're after that key time for getting your sun, noon and 2, and the sun is so high in the sky right now this time of year, I'm going to take and just slide those panels down a little bit and just see if we get any difference. So right now, we are 30.3 volts. So 30.3 and 18.5 amps. I'm going to go switch those cables, and I'm just going to see, or the panels, and see if anything changes. So I just took them like this, set them like this. Still running 30.1. It was 30.3. We're at 30.1 volts, which it switches from 29.7 to, to that switches quite a bit. .8 amps. So just the direction of the sun is a huge change, Right now the battery is charged up at 84%. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. My goal in this video, and I got off course on it, was to see if the Renogy with the ShadowFlux series, the anti-shade technology, if that solar panel actually worked when it got shaded. And with the math that I did over and over again, it did work. So that's pretty good, because I've done the videos before, and with the portable power stations, and I'll have my solar panels set up, and I'll leave them there for, you know, most of the day to get that video going so you can see it. And up here, once I had one, and there's a telephone pole, you know, power pole, whatever you call it. And as that sun came, it was in the wintertime, that pole then started moving across the panels, and it greatly dropped the amount of electricity or whatever's coming out of that solar panel to charge that battery. As soon as I moved them, because I came out a couple hours later and it was like, man, what's going on? And then I looked, and then once I moved them out of the way of that, everything went back up. Well, here we put something in front of it, and it did drop it, of course, but it didn't drop it nearly as much as it would if it did not have that anti-shade technology. And these solar panels seem to be built high quality. Like I think I said in the beginning, I've done the Renogy solar panels before, and they are by far my absolute favorite ones that I have used. And I've said that in other videos also. And it was really nice learning how to finally do this. Now I can expand, you know, going towards that goal of more stuff run by solar, because everything is costing so much money. And all of this is pretty affordable too. If you continue to watch the channel, you'll get to see that whole thing grow. I'll get the right connectors. I need 2 more of those Y connectors that I have, so I can get the third solar panel hooked up, and then I'll figure out where that's going to go and what I want to do with that whole thing so they can get set up more permanent. I will leave any links that there is in the description box. I thank you guys for watching. I know they're running some kind of special right now, so check it out. And I'll just end this one, and in about 2.5 hours, when we milk out the cow, and we'll use that whole system to do it. It's about 6:45 in the evening. Time to bring the cow in to get it milked, and we'll get to try this whole thing out. See how it works. Everything's looking good. Mesa! Come on, let's go! Come on! I put them on a new pasture today, so they've got all this fresh grass and everything, so she's a little reluctant to come in, but she knows she has grain in here. Come on, girl. That's a good girl. You're happy today, aren't you? Let's see how she does. There you go. Good girl. That's a good girl, Lisa. It took about 18 minutes to milk her out tonight. It worked perfectly. Everything did. Battery is at 70%. That's pretty good. That's really good. And now I'll have to, you know, if you guys continue to watch videos here, I'll have to reset this up, run these wires so the cow can't trip on them. I have to put stuff over it, add the third solar panel and everything, but yeah, everything worked great. I will see you guys on the next video.